Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm Ryan in Singapore. Welcome to our mindfulness practice. Welcome, everybody. Today's topic is the latest mindfulness research. So, what has been going on in the realm of mindfulness research? So, just have a few, and I like to do this because it kind of keeps us up to date and sees what's going on. And it's not always rosy stuff. Sometimes we see that mindfulness isn't as effective as we hoped it would be. But I can tell you, at least today, most of the research that I've got here is it's good stuff. So the first one is examining the mental health benefits of brief online mindfulness intervention, a randomized control trial. So it's a study published by Springer Link that suggests that even brief online mindfulness intervention can aid in reducing depression, rumination, and trait anxiety among university students. The study was 486 participants, about half of those engaging in mindfulness meditation for 28 days, and the other half was the control group. And so what the researchers measured levels of depression, rumination, and trait anxiety, and despite this short time of doing mindfulness, there was a significant, noticeable increase in alleviating these mental health challenges. So the summary is that something as a mindfulness program as short as 28 days can effectively alleviate mental health challenges in university settings, reducing depression, rumination, and trait anxiety. I think the other important thing to note is that brief online mindfulness interventions tend to have a greater impact on those who are already more mindful, and so this was measured as well. Something else I think we've talked about here before is tinnitus or tinnitus. Is that there's a possibility of mindfulness alleviating distress. That's the word that I'm looking for here, is that distress associated with tinnitus. So it's and again, one thing that's interesting about most of these studies here is that it's mostly online mindfulness-based interventions. So that's something that I think is interesting, that a lot of mindfulness training has gone online, and you can see that actually not doing in-person classes, doing mindfulness training online can be very effective. So this is 105 participants with chronic tinnitus were divided into the mindfulness group and the control group, and the result was clinically meaningful reductions in tinnitus distress for 30% of the participants, as well as significant increases in trait mindfulness and a reduction in negative tinnitus cognitions. So, however, no changes were observed in positive cognitions. So that's worth noting as well. So to maximize the benefits if you're suffering from tinnitus is to not only use mindfulness, but to use it in conjunction with other treatments. Using mindfulness for connection was another study. So this is using relational mindfulness practices online to foster greater compassion among students and instructors. So this was in online education. Relational mindfulness practices are mindful listening and speaking, and they offer valuable tools to foster connection and compassion in the online education environment, countering feelings of isolation and disconnection among students and instructors. Integrating relational mindfulness practice into online education can cultivate awareness, presence, and empathy in virtual interactions and create a supportive and inclusive learning environment. And last but not least, there's a study about the impact of mindfulness apps on psychological processes of change. So mindfulness can, and this one is specifically working on smartphone apps. It doesn't say if Insight Timer was one that they used. 28. So this is a meta-analysis. So it's pulling together 28 other controlled trials from the past 30 years to identify trends and patterns regarding the impact of mindfulness-based smartphone apps on various psychological behaviors. Mindfulness apps tended to have a positive impact on repetitive negative thinking, on attention regulation, on decentering and defusion. But the results are a bit mixed in other domains like awareness, non-reactivity, non-judgment, positive affect, and acceptance. Interesting as well is in this study, gender differences seem to have some indicator of effect, with female participants consistently reporting more positive effects on the mindfulness group. So mindfulness apps most consistently improve repetitive negative thinking, attention regulation, and decentering and diffusion. And there's one more study. It's about it's a book that's been released recently. That the main idea is the complexity and multifaceted nature of consciousness. That no single perspective, whether it's philosophical, scientific, or based on personal experience, can fully capture what consciousness is. That consciousness remains to be mysterious, and it's limited to our cognitive filters. So, how is this related to mindfulness? Is the piece of understanding consciousness that we may explore through philosophical inquiry as we're doing our mindfulness practice. So, yeah. Well, on saying the names, I think. I honestly, I don't. I mean, I look at the, I don't have the typical group here at Insight Timer. I don't really think is listening. Big Brother's not watching right now, so I think I'm okay to say whatever. One of these studies had to do with body scan, and I guess I kind of want to find out which one it is. Tinnitus. It was the tinnitus study that was using body scan as the main form of meditation, and in that light, in that vein, I want to do a body scan meditation today. So, welcome. You've made it for a change in pace. So those of you who are here today, you get to do something that's a little different that we've been doing. So get comfortable. Maybe that's maybe sitting, maybe lying down. Maybe you're walking. Maybe you're standing. Just finding a way to first bring your attention to the body. So having a posture and a position that's conducive to bringing attention to the body. Notice that you're breathing. Because you are breathing, can you feel your breath? Can you find it in the abdomen? So take a moment to calibrate your awareness on that feeling of breathing. And then whenever you're ready, letting go of attention of the breath and guiding your attention down the body, down the left side of the body, all the way down into the left foot. Can you feel your left foot? Can you concentrate your attention there? Can you feel each of your toes? Can you feel the sole of the foot? The top of the foot? The ankle? So holding the entirety of the left foot in awareness and observing any and all physical sensations. The way I'm sitting right now, the top of my left foot is on my cushion. So I can feel the texture of that cushion against my left foot. Can feel the air moving across the sole of my foot, which is facing the ceiling. And then when you're ready, letting go of the left foot, bringing attention to the left shin, to the left lower leg, the thigh, the knee, so now allowing the entirety of the left leg from the ankle to the hip to be in awareness. So the way that I'm sitting today, I can feel my right foot pressing against my left thigh. I can feel the contact between my thigh and my calf muscle. I can feel the perspiration. And on your next exhale, letting go, releasing attention of the left leg as we guide our attention over to our right hip and down the right leg until we reach the right foot, noticing the toes, the heel, the sole of the foot, the ankle, the top of the foot. And then on the next exhale, releasing the right foot. Guiding attention up, feeling the shin, the calf, the right thigh, the right knee. From hip to ankle, noticing everything that we can feel. Our nerves are active. Our nerves are collecting data right now. Can we feel what it is that our nerves are sensing in the entirety of the right leg? And then exhaling, letting go of the right leg. Noticing the buttocks, possibly touching your cushion or your bed, depending on if you're lying down. Maybe you're standing and your buttocks is not in contact with anything. You can still be aware of the sensations there. The front of the pelvis, the hips, the perineum, where the front and the back of the pelvis are coming together. So holding the pelvis in awareness. And then exhaling. On your next exhale, letting go of the pelvis. And bringing attention into the back. Noticing the lower back, the mid back, the upper back. And what do you find here? Is it tight? Is it relaxed? Allowing it to be as it is without trying to change it in any way. Being mindful of how you're feeling, how the muscles in your lower back are right now. In the mid back and the upper back. And then on your next exhale, letting go of the back as we bring attention around to the front of the body, noticing the abdomen. Noticing the chest, the sternum, the rib cage. Also noticing the sides of the body where the back and the front of the body meet. Aware right now that we are more than pure consciousness. That we do have physical bodies, feeling this body. Feeling the heart beating if you can. Noticing the gentle movement of the rib cage as you breathe in and breathe out. And then letting go of the front of the body. Guiding attention towards the left side of the body to the left hand. Noticing the fingers, the palm, the back of the hand, the left wrist, the left forearm, the left elbow, the left upper arm, the left armpit, the left shoulder, everything from fingertips to the left shoulder, holding in awareness the entirety of the left arm. And then on the next exhale, releasing the left arm. Guiding attention to the right side of the body. Noticing the right hand. The fingers. The palm of the hand. The back of the hand. The wrist. The left forearm. The right forearm. The right elbow. The right upper arm. The right shoulder. Holding the right arm in awareness. And then on the next exhale, letting go of the right arm. Bringing attention now into the neck, to the back of the neck, to the front, to the throat, the softer tissue here, the larynx, the blood vessels. Feeling the air moving through this part of the body as you breathe. The jaw, the chin, the mouth, the nose, your cheeks, your ears, your eyes and eyebrows, your forehead, the top of the head, the crown of the head, the back of the head. And now let's take a moment to open up to the body as a whole, feeling our entire bodies, from the crown of the head to the tips of the toes and everything in between. Dwelling here in this physical vehicle, in this reality. And now I'll draw our practice to its close with 3 rings of the bell. All right, thanks for practicing with me. This is it's kind of nice, honestly. It's just me. It's me, Cece, Jean, and Sybil. So it's the 4 of us who are here today. I can't usually name every single person who's on the meditation. We're not, right? I just wanted to tell you, as we kind of move into sharing and reflection, feel free to write whatever you want in the chat. When I made the mistake and said left forearm instead of right forearm, it's perfect moment of mindfulness for me. I was like, where's my mind? And I was thinking about the email that Insight Timer had sent me about using the external website. I'm like, did it ban? Was my account banned? Or like, my account wasn't banned. I'm thinking like, yeah. So it's just funny to see where that goes. Nice. I always wondered, Sybil, does everyone have tinnitus? Because I swear, when I'm in I don't notice anything unless I'm in a really quiet place. If I'm in some place that's super quiet, then it's very obvious that I have this like loud ringing sound in my ears, and it was just something that made me go, well, maybe everybody has this, and just to varying degrees. I don't know. I'm obviously not an expert on tinnitus, but yeah, that was a little bit of distraction. But gosh, I had something I wanted to say. Yeah, notice it when I'm not distracted, for sure. And it's usually for me, like I did one of those sensory deprivation things in Hong Kong. It's like a float tank with the heavy salt water, and then it was like super obvious. But I mean, I could hear so much in that time. So I mean, the tinnitus was really loud because there's nothing else going on, and then I started to even be able to hear my own heartbeat. So, yeah, it's cool. It's nice. It's nice to be able to kind of have a more intimate meditation session today. It's pretty cool too, especially I'm able this happens to me on Thursdays at 11 a.m. So in like about around 5 hours from now, I also I volunteer for another meditation community, and every once in a while it's like one-on-one, and those are really fun because I can kind of drop my facilitator duty a little bit and start to have conversations with the participants, and that's really nice. Yeah, and apps, I think the takeaway on the apps are that apps are effective. Apps aren't less effective than in-person courses, or, well, I guess I can't say that definitively, but in-person courses are effective. Apps are effective. Like, can we compare these two? There's no study out at the moment that compares these two. Some of the woo-woo teachers would say that your consciousness is raising, and the ringing is an indication of that. I love it. I mean, that's what I'm here for, right? I'm the Insight Timers. I don't know how many other secular mindfulness teachers there are on Insight Timer, but I try to be the kind of the alternative to everything else. And I'm cool. I don't have anything against anybody by any means. In fact, what I'd like to do is start to interview some of the other Insight Timer teachers and put those interviews online, just so we, one for helping build brands of those guys, but also, I'm interested. I want to know what else is out there too. Yeah, since COVID, all of this online stuff, well, it's changed, right? I mean, I think that's why all these studies are out there, is that a lot of people shifted to these kind of online teachings, and they never went back. Went, hey, wait a minute, this is doable. Why am I going to commute into the city when I can have a very effective meditation practice here? I remember what I was going to say earlier. It's just funny that my dad he tends to send me all of these they're always from some kind of Christian organization. It's like Christian, it's like these YouTube videos that are like Christian slam dunks atheist, kind of stuff. Or like intelligent design is real and here's why. I'm I guess what I want to say to my dad is, like, I'm not an atheist, right? And I don't even like the word agnostic. Um, it's because it just doesn't feel like the right descriptor. I'm open-minded. That's me. Is I'm like I plead ignorance. I don't know what the right way is. I'm not claiming I'm not claiming that I know the right way. I mean, I think that's, so like when I see an atheist and someone debate intelligent design and they don't name which God is out there, they just go, hey, there's something, it looks like something intelligent built this universe. I go, yeah, that makes sense. It does. The universe looks intelligent. I don't know. I don't know if there's a master planner out there or there's not. But it's certainly really interesting to see how physics works and how mathematical principles seem to all work together. And so, I just got to say, hey, no need. I don't know how to gently tell my dad, like, no need to convince me. You don't have to try and convince me that that intelligent design is possible. Like, I can see when people chat, right? Like, I certainly don't discount it as a possibility. Um, yeah, yeah, right. And you to be what you want, right? You can meditate when you choose. Here, Sybil says you can meditate when you choose. I'm glad I'm an atheist now. Open-minded is better. I don't like having Big Brother watching over me, and I still wonder about where we came from. Yeah, 100%. And I think that's okay. It's okay not to know. Frank, just like I said last time, I can't teach Frank calculus. Sorry, Frank. You're just not quite up to it yet, and I don't think we're quite up to understanding the mysteries of the universe. I want to believe. I love it. Fox Mulder, I want to believe. I do too. I want to believe. I want to have that security. I want to know what happens after I die. I want to go, this is where I'm going. This is what's up. And to feel comfortable like about that. And it's that kind of unknown, right? The fear of the unknown. I mean, that shows up so many places in life. Like, hey, I don't want to get out of this difficult relationship that I'm in because I'm too scared of what's on the other side of that, right? I mean, this is just such a common human thing that we do. I know. Sybil says my family are Catholic and they're worried for my soul. It's sad. I feel sad too. My family worries for my soul as well. I recommend you in this kind of meditation in my 12-step groups. I appreciate meld science and woo woo. Well, I like to think that I don't do any woo woo, but it might not be true. I suppose there's maybe some of it's a little anyway. I'm gonna sign off. It's been a real pleasure having you guys this morning, and I'm back on Tuesday. So the practice of effort and effortlessness is the topic. Really like, this is again, I've been kind of doing a few little buildings off of the 9 attitudes. So I did one about beginner's mind, basically, is what what we did on Tuesday about, what happens after you die. We're coming on to one about non-striving. So what's it like? What's effortlessness like, and when do we apply effortlessness versus effort? Okay, I guess I'll have to check out to see if I'm really banned on Insight Timer or not. If you say my future live events are there, then I'm probably okay. Probably just got dinged on this one. But in the meantime, it's been a special little session. It's been great having you guys today. Let's send our well wishes out before we go. May I be happy and peaceful. May all of you watching, listening right now, wherever you are, I wish you all happiness and peace. And may all sentient life here and around the universe be happy and peaceful. Thanks. Maybe is that the woo-woo part? I hope not. It's not woo-woo to wish happiness to everyone, is it? Maybe it is. I don't know. It's you do you, whatever you like. See you next time. Bye-bye.